A way you show self-respect is how you treat yourself. Happy day. Dr. Rimka here. We're going to have tips from my trainer, Coach Melissa Hazen. Hi, everybody. So, a lot of people want to know, like, what have I been doing? How have I been losing the, hormonal weight gain that I got? And how am I getting the muscles back? And how'd I come from the big trap injury? Some of y'all knew when I couldn't move my neck and all the things. So my personal trainer is going to come on here. We're going to start doing a little bit of tips from my trainer series for free, since y'all can benefit from what I spend investing in myself, because I invest in myself. A way you show self-respect is how you treat yourself. It's a big thing. A lot of people don't put health on any kind of value. They don't do things, and they wonder why nobody respects them. I'm like, because you don't respect yourself, boo. I mean, you show people how to treat you, in case you don't know that. That's how it works. They're going to copy you. You don't do any self-respect, they don't think you deserve it. They're like, well, she clearly is okay with nobody respecting her, so I can disrespect her as well. How far do you think that shit goes with me? So there she is, Coach Melissa. You didn't even think you were getting that kind of advice today, did you? Okay, Melissa, there we go. Self-care, care about yourself. It's more than self-care, it's self-respect. People need to stop maybe talking about, I think it's all pedicures and stuff. Hey, there you are.
Hey.
Okay.
Try to get the right view. We're out here in the country.
I would get the sun in front of you, not behind you. That's always going to be better.
There we go.
Yeah, but is it going to mess with your eyes to see?
No.
Okay, cool. Because it's better for you to get that sunlight in your eyes. She's making ocular melatonin right now, you guys. She's making ocular serotonin, and she's making dopamine. So she's boosting her mood, increasing her focus and concentration, as well as preparing herself to sleep better tonight. That's an extra tip you weren't expecting to hear either. I just give free information. It just falls out of me all the time. I'm always trying to be helpful. All right, everybody, this is Coach Melissa.
Hey.
She is my personal trainer in real life. And she's going to be a part of the 8-week fat loss challenge. So just so you know that, and so you have some who is she and what's the deal? And we've known each other for quite a few years. She hasn't trained me all the time. It's been an off and on thing sometimes. But that neck injury and my trap and what I went through was a beautiful gift of pain and restriction and immobility that got me to call her back up and say, I need some help. And it was a great opportunity to say, let's really look at what's been wrong with me. Deeply biomechanically, that let this weakness pop up. It popped up from being there, because what happened? Just bad habits for decades is what happened. Poor emotions from injuries and not rehabbing correctly, not having balance, whatever. So she's a corrective exercise specialist, and she got me to that point, and now we're just doing like real working out, I would say. And she actually is one of my health coaches as well in my office. So some of you may be starting up dealing with Coach Melissa as a transition to either save money and or save your wait time to get to me, so that we work on it if the people are appropriate for her to coach as well in my office, and they kind of get me on the side cheaper. I kind of get some input, but you don't get the FaceTime with me per se, and you save a lot of money. So that's how we can help more people. Okay, so that's who she is. Why don't you give them a little quick intro about, maybe your personal training, whatever, and then we're going to hit it basically because we're going to talk about all the nonsense we see of all these starving people coming into the practice, and I have to decondition them from this, I need to eat less and work out more bullshit that is
Right.
destroying people. So let's talk
Right.
about, tell them who you are. Let's talk about why we need to talk about this.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure she said it or will at some point. So I am a Marine, former Marine. When I got out, I missed the Marine Corps so much I had to find somewhere I could yell at people and it would be okay and I could get paid. So I chose personal training, and I've done that since I got out of the Marine Corps several years ago, double digits now. And I did traditional, in the gym. I've worked for all the premier gyms, Lifetime, LA, did all that, did training for competitions, health in general, and weight loss. And then I found that there was a large group of people who could not work out because of injury. I've worked with people who were amputees, military as well as from birth. I've worked with people in wheelchairs, older people. And that's kind of like my passion, is to get people from where they think they cannot do something to where they can accomplish more than they ever thought. So, and then I do traditional strength training and resistance training as well, but my focus is to get people from not to, is basically how I like to say it. So
yeah, that's awesome. And because it takes a whole lot more motivational, psychological, emotional work, which does make sense, being that you weren't a drill sergeant. What were you?
no, I was a communicator, but if
Yeah.
you talk to anybody in the Marine Corps, I was a better Marine than I was a communicator. So team leading, personal development, those kind of things,
Yeah.
those are and
Yeah.
motivation. It's not
Yeah.
always, flowers and candy. You
No,
know what I mean?
but
So,
it takes that's what I deal with in the practice, is getting people who don't have any hope to get them
yeah,
to believe in that there is hope again, much less hope in themselves.
correct.
Belief in themselves. It's not easy when you've had a chronic illness or chronic injuries, and so I appreciate you going after that niche, because it's what I like to go after too. You tell somebody you can't help them, well, I'll watch this.
Yes,
Like,
absolutely.
yeah, give me those people. So we both kind of like give me the
The challenge of
scraps.
it,
Yeah,
and
yeah. Give me
they're,
the
and helping that group. Yes,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
So that's what I do focus on in practice. That's what she focuses on as well, you guys. But doesn't mean she also just helps a bunch of men in their 40s in my practice
Yeah.
drop the belly fat and all, like, get it together, y'all. Let's start getting some
Right.
weight, get some weight. So let's talk about this, very common mantra and what you see about eat less, exercise more. Do you think it works?
No, well, okay, so to clarify it, it's the 1,200 calorie diet, the HGH and the 800 calories,
HCG. You
HCG,
always
yeah.
say that.
Yeah, I always say it backwards. And then also the gastric bypass, and then they put them on 800 calories of liquid nutrition. What works, the gastric bypass or the 800 calories of liquid nutrition, But no, it does not work. It works for one group of people, and that's a group of people that live this convenient lifestyle where their most walking they get is from the car to their desk if they go to the office. So those people are eating 3,500 or more calories a day, and they are not walking more than 1,500 steps. Does eat less and exercise more work for them? Yes. Right?
Yeah.
But it does not work for the general population. No.
Yeah. And you end up with, let's say, like something like, for example, with the gastric bypass, we have a mechanical manipulation of an anatomical body part that does
Yeah.
cause a serious restriction. And then most will show that after 5 years, they can trick themselves around that and gain that weight all back,
Absolutely.
because
Absolutely.
there's a couple of things you can do. But what you've done is broken the metabolism, right? And
Yes.
maybe talk about that in terms of what that does to the hormones, the resting metabolic rate.
Right.
Maybe explain this, and it's why as
Okay.
well it's not really going to work for you long term because of this.
Correct. So people that go on these 1,200 or 800 or whatever restrictive diets will lose weight. But most of the time, that weight is not actually fat. It is muscle. Because what you do when you drop those calories and you go to cardio, is you put your body in crisis. And when your body is in crisis, it goes to the easiest energy source for conversion, and that is muscle. So it begins to break down muscle, and muscle weighs more than fat. So you are losing pounds, but you are not losing body fat. So a lot of people become what's called skinny fat. So you look trim in clothes, but when you take those clothes off, everything's a little jiggly and wiggly, and you do not have strength. Then when you go back to some level of normalcy, of normal eating, or you cannot do cardio for 2 hours every day, 6 days a week, indefinitely, then your body, you spring right back. That's the yo-yo dieting. That's, everybody knows it. It's yo-yo dieting. I lose the weight, I go back. I lose the weight, I go back. And why is that? Because you have broken your resting metabolic rate. The basic way to explain that is your body is optimally working at 1,500 calories a day. That is at rest. When you were asleep, it needs 1,500 calories to keep you alive and to keep you at a normal. When you break down to those 1,200 calories in high cardio, your body lowers your resting metabolic rate to accommodate the activity. So now you're operating at a lower, which makes you tired, less motivated. This comes into your realm where all their dopamine, serotonin, all of their hormones are affected by that. But your body doesn't bounce back when you go back to normal calories. It stays low. And then so you gain the 1, 2, 5 pounds plus 5. Everybody knows about that. I've gained it back plus more. And that's because you've destroyed your metabolism and you've eaten your muscle. And muscle burns fat at rest.
Right. So the trick is, well, let's say then, so you guys understand, let's say you start with a Ferrari and you got 6 gears that you're able to do. You keep jacking down the fuel that goes in and you start breaking down the engine basically. So now that car can go into 5 gears. Now now you're in 4th gear. Then it's like, it's like we don't even have the right engine anymore. And it takes, so how does someone not do that and or rebuild their engine back to get themselves moving like a Ferrari again?
It is eating appropriately and resistance training. Resistance training is weight training that can be in the gym or it can be at home. Like I do a lot of virtual. The majority of what I do is virtual. I have a few at home in-person clients, and it's bands and weights. Resistance training is anything that is repetitiously putting your muscles under stress, causes them to build. And the other thing is eating appropriately. Not too much fasting. Paleo or whole food is good for a start. So it's macro counting. Now that is something you need a little bit of guidance on is how do I count my macros? How do I stack my macros appropriately? And how do I go from this really low resting metabolic rate to normal calories without gaining weight? Right. And that needs a little bit of guidance. Yeah. Right?
Because we have 2 groups of people, you guys. We have some people at times, right? You see me most of the time. I don't post about macros. I don't talk about this a lot. I don't talk about calories and caloric deficit. I do that stuff with private clients, however, because it requires some customization often. Right. If I have a chronic yo-yo dieter, an eating disorder person, like we have I look at their hormones. I measure things. We can measure resting metabolic rate clinically. Correct. We don't have to guess at it because those things you see are, 1,500 calories, we think. I can have one person, she's only metabolizing 1,000 calories at rest. This other one is at 2,000. That's why this one can out-eat. So you go, she can eat anything she wants. She just gonna, because she's built a resting metabolic rate of a Ferrari.
That's right.
Weight, from packing on a lot of muscle, changing what you're eating. And typically we're gonna focus on animal protein because protein, for a number of reasons, we'll talk about that, but it'll be a little bit different. So it's why if one person says, well, I'm doing the same thing that this other person next to me, but I'm gaining weight or I'm not losing, right? Because let's talk, could be a very big difference between 2 30-year-old women. Very big, right? Based on the past history and what's established their metabolism. Correct. Right?
Correct.
How much muscle mass are we starting with? How much starvation have you ever gone through? It makes a big difference. So we work on that. So it's perfect. So we go, let's just double up with them because
Okay.
when people want to look at me, I don't do any cardio, you guys. Like the cardio I would say now I do, it's the sports I used to play. When I played sports, it's what we call fancy hit training. I'm like, it's just what you did as a child. You're just sprinting. Every sport and every game when you're a kid, there's no cardio involved, actually. It's explosive sprint training, burst training. It's
Yep.
every game, everything you do as a kid, tag. How hard
Yep.
can you run for 10, 20 seconds and then stop and pant and breathe? And then run real hard for 20 seconds and stop and breathe for 2 minutes. You know, that's what almost every sport on earth is practically, except these long distance, you know, weird marathon type things.
And that's something else I do on the off days for people. I do a
Right.
10, 12-minute little hit
Yeah.
training, and that burns fat and it gets your cardio. It's not 2 hours on the treadmill.
10, 12
It's
minutes,
10
you
minutes.
guys. Yeah. When I tell people, I'm like, I don't ever do anything over 20, 30. I mean, I'm in and out
Yeah.
20 minutes. So like, what? I said,
Yeah.
I don't spend hours at the gym. It's not what I do.
Nope.
At all. And I don't even go every day. I'm on my way after this though, boo, just so you know. I'm gonna, yeah. So let's really briefly, why the resistance over the cardio? Why weightlifting? Why build, you know, I think you kind of
It's
said
everything.
it, but
It's everything. Bone mass. You can increase bone mass. I have a lot of seniors that I work with. You can increase bone mass through resistance training. It's not really increasing bone mass as much as it is slowing down the breakdown of bone. It's a combination of both, not to get super technical. And then your strength, flexibility, and simple fat burns or muscle burns fat at rest. So the more muscle you have, the more fat you are burning doing nothing.
mm-hmm.
So that 35, 40 minutes of resistance training is burning fat continuously. And then we add on the HIIT training and in a jumpstart type of way to get the fat burning to increase.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is not the same as burning a bunch of calories. It's
Correct.
a slow burn, if you will. So we get a slow burn on the body fat. Yeah.
Yeah. Slow burn, you guys. And here's a little pro tip. The majority of body fat is burned while you sleep.
Yes.
That's where you burn all your fat, is while you're sleeping. So if you have this hardcore, I'm just not going to eat now, I'll sleep when I'm dead, you know, and trying to like, this is why when I go through my courses with women, I don't allow any working out for the first, often 3 months. I'm like, what? I was like, no, there's no more waking up at 4:30 in the morning to go to a gym. They're like, excuse me? I'm like, you're quitting Orange Fitness Theory. We're not waking up at 4. And they like, but I said, trust me. And suddenly I get them to lose 20 pounds and they're not, they're eating and resting. And they're like, I don't understand what just happened. I'm like, because you're putting yourself in crisis over and over again. And you're never cut out sleep to go do cardio.
No.
You know, nothing says famine or war to the brain faster
like cardio.
than that.
That's right. Absolutely.
No sleep and cardio at the same time. That says, oh God, I'm about to die. And if your brain thinks bad things are coming, it says you better hold on to every ounce of fat. You better get real efficient at packing fat in that belly, because winter is coming.
Yeah.
And we'll be dead if we don't have enough body fat.
Yes. Yes.
Okay? So that's the big hit. So tell them what to do because we got stuff, you have several things you can offer help for.
Right.
You know.
Okay. So part of what we're doing right now is we're doing an 8-week fat loss challenge, not weight loss
fat
challenge.
loss. We will
Fat
guarantee
loss
fat loss.
So for those of you that were my clients, a lot of you have my information already. I've reached out to some of you. Some of you are coming on board to re-Jumpstart. I would love to be back in Atlanta to train you, but that is not a feasible thing. But with this virtual touch, basically, and this Jumpstart, and I will get into it a little bit more, but the interesting thing is we're going to do it before all of these bandwagoners, I like to call it, start in January. So we're going to do it pre-January. So when they join the gym or they start talking about their New Year's resolution, we're already, 21 pounds in, we're already in. So what I've done is I've worked with another colleague and Dr. Rimka, and we have developed an 8-week Jumpstart program that is phenomenal. It touches everything. You do not have to get the testing. The testing we're going to make available for you to go do on your own. But we can manipulate just based off of your history and some information to start raising your resting metabolic rate, get your muscle back up. I don't care where you're at.
Yeah.
Guaranteed, I don't care where you're at. I can, with the program that I've designed for in-home, get you at least started on your journey to where you want to be.
Perfect. Please hear that. If you are 18 and you are 400 pounds and you think, I have no idea how to do this, but I need help, we can help you. If you are 50, menopause, perimenopausal, think about hormones, 30 pounds is just showing up in the belly. I don't know what to do. I'm not on hormones. I don't know what, we can help you.
Yes.
You're 75, you're 80.
Yep, I've got those too. I promise.
We can help you.
Okay?
Yep. In an affordable format.
Yeah.
You know, the expertise we're coming at with you is free. We have
because it's group. You can afford it. Like there's no way you could afford to do all of this individually, but in a group.
Well, you could, because I do it. It just depends.
Well, yeah, you know, but I mean,
but I'm saying
for the level of what we're bringing, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it would take a lot.
That's true.
For you to get started. I mean, we're bringing a lot. We're bringing stuff. Yeah. I mean, we'll unpack some of it in the next episodes too.
Yeah. All right, you guys. So, and she's right. We are starting at a high time when y'all need it. We started on Halloween. Coming up on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Coming up on Christmas. It's going to end around Christmas. But we're going to lead you into New Year's where you're going to walk in and be like, I'm at the holiday party and I'm 15 pounds lighter. I'm 20 pounds lighter.
That's right.
What?
That's right.
So and you will not be deprived because we're going to teach you how to do this, and you're going to take back ownership over the way food and emotions and social connections. And we're going to get rid of some of this cheating mentality. All these, we're going to throw out words that have been destroying you as I rebuild your hormones and rebuild your resting metabolic rate in a way that is doable from home.
And sustainable.
Right. And this is just a start. Don't think in 8 weeks you're going to drop 100 pounds. Okay? You got 100 pounds to go. You're going to keep going all year. But I'm going to get you going. She's going to get you going. And you can continue, you know, we have prizes and other online programs and all kinds of things you'll learn about in this. But we're going to kind of pre-start a little bit in October to give you strategies.
Yes.
To handle the holidays.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is for people who want to take action. Why would you wait till I'll wait till New Year's? Really? New Year's isn't guaranteed, boo. First of all. Just saying.
And 75 to 80% of the people who start in the new year, and this is from Jim experience being there, it's packed out till about March, April, and then everybody goes away.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
here you go. Drop down some information if you want to work with Coach Melissa in any of these ways. Reach out to her in her DMs. Give her an email, you know, to be like, okay, let's get in touch with you. Email is probably the best way we can get a hold of you. It's really hard, you guys, and all of this. She offers many things available, but she is a part of this challenge. We would love you to be a part of that and get some information about what are the requirements. And we're going to come back at you with more tips from my trainer. So here we go. Resting metabolic rate, cardio, and lack of resistance training is lowering your set point. Low calorie diets, low fat diets, and low nutrient dense diets are slowing down your metabolism. And if you've done it chronically, your metabolism now is broken, and we need to gently build it back up. We need to rebuild you like you would rebuild a car. That's how it's right. And it doesn't take 2 weeks, you guys. It takes time. But
we are going to talk about consistency and accountability as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we have some group support and accountabilities and partnerships and things, because it's doing things together. We aren't meant to be alone, y'all. That's not how humans are built. If you've been trying to do this all by yourself, maybe that's part of the problem.
Absolutely.
Come on, let us help you. All right. Drop down emails, message Coach Melissa privately. All right. And if you message me, I'll get anything to her. This is all for her. Okay. All right, guys. Have a good one, Coach.
All right. See ya. Bye.